Hello guys, compliment of the season. You are once again welcome to my channel. I believe you have been wondering how people get to achieve this beautiful pencil skirt like this, and even like this. And you have yearned to know how they get to achieve these designs. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to draft your basic skirt pattern that will enable you to achieve what they have achieved and even do more and even better. Like the way I have used mine to achieve this, and this, all by using the basic skirt pattern. Without further talking, let's get into the video properly. So before we get to our drafting, these are the required measurements we will need in drafting. We will need our around waist, which is 31 inches, the hip length, which is 10 inches, the around hip, which is 38 inches, the bust span, which is 8 inches, and the full length of the skirt, which is 25 inches. Now, before we get to draft our skirt, we will need to construct our box frame. And to get our box frame, we will need to divide the biggest part of the skirt by 2 and add an ease of 1 inch. Okay, so in my own case, 38 divided by 2 is going to give me 19, and I'll add 1 inch to it, making 20 inches. So the 20 inches is going to be the width of my box frame. So I'm going to mark my 20 inches like this, and I'll go up further and then mark 20 inches, and I'll find the midpoint, which is 10 inches, and I will mark and come down and do the same as well. Now I will connect my markings together like this, and I will make my line bold using my marker. So now that we have achieved the width of our skirt, what we are going to do now is going to find our vertical end of the skirt, which is the full length of the skirt. And the full length that we are working with is 25 inches. So I will mark it at the bottom end, and I'll go further and mark it on that line as well, and connect my line like this. Okay. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so by hitting the subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified immediately. Now what we are going to do is we are going to impute our hip length. So the hip length we are working with is 10 inches. So I will mark it at the midsection of my skirt and go further and mark as well and connect my line like this. So at the top is our waist guard line, and the line we just drew is our hip line, and the last line is our hem line, as you can see. So this is the half scale of our basic skirt pattern. So what we are going to do now is we are going to impute our waist measurement. And the waist we are working with is 31 inches divided by 4. So 31 inches divided by 4 is going to give us 7.75. So we will mark it at the front part like this. And then we'll go to the back, from the back section, and we'll come in by the same measurement. So on the hip line, we'll go down by 1.5 inch. And then we'll go up by 1.5 inch as well. And then we'll connect it with our curve like this, okay, with a thick lines. So we are doing the same for the back. So remember, this is the main skirt without a dart. So we have put in our round waist, our hip length, our around hip, and the full length, but we have not put in our bust span, which is going to be for our dart. But before we get to that, because the skirt is a pencil skirt, from the hemline I will go in by 1 inch on both sides, okay, like this and like this, and then I will connect a straight line to the 1.5 inch we came down from the hip width, like the way I'm marking, okay, and then I will do it on the other side as well. So now you can see that our skirt is now being shown. So on that portion, I'll make sure that place is well blended like this. So guys, so far, if you have liked my video and the illustration, hit on the like button right now and let's continue our drafting. So this is our pencil skirt, and now we are going to work on the upper side. So if you are not using that, you can maintain this line like this, but because we are going to use that, we are going to use our bust span, which is 8 inches. We are going to divide it by 2, and it will mark half 4 on this side like this, 4 inches like this, and we'll come down and mark it square like this, and we'll go to the back portion and then mark the 4 inches there as well, as you can see me doing. And then I'm going to use my ruler to connect both markings together, and then I'll come to the back and do as well. Now look at this place very carefully. Now on this part, you are going to determine how many inches you are going to use for your dart intake. So what we are going to do here, I'm going to use 1 inch for my dart intake on the waistline. Okay, remember this is a basic skirt pattern. You can alter it afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to mark ½ inch on both sides of the line, which is going to be my dart intake, and I'll come to the back and mark ½ inch on both sides of the back dart line as well. So on this front side, I'm going to come down by 5.5 inches and I will mark it like this. Remember, it's 5.5. So I'm going to through my line, I'm going to finish my line like this, okay? And I'll go to the back and I'm going to mark 4 inches like this there as well, okay? Remember, at the front of every skirt, there's no much things go on at the front part, but at the back, because of the buttock, we need to create a room. So it's the dart that is going to determine where the space is going to be for the buttock. I'm now going to connect my dart legs like this for the front, and then I'll go to the back and do the same as well for my dart legs. So far, if you have learned something from this pattern, then hit on the like button right now. Okay, so now the dart intake we have take away, we are going to go to the side seam on the waist part, and then we are going to mark our dart intake measurement, which is 1 inch. I will mark it like this for the front, and I will do the same for the back as well. So now after doing our markings, we are going to connect it with our hip curve like this. You can see what I'm doing there right now, and I'm going to go and extend, okay, about ½ inch over the waist line or waist guide line like this, and I'll go to the back and do the same as well. Okay, I'm going to connect through to the upper side and give an extent of at least ½ inches. So now you can see that we have 2 lines. One is for the dart and one is for a skirt without a dart. So now that we have imputed our darts, look at how it look like at the front and at the back as well. So I'm going to take in my lines with my marker like this. So far guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe now and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified immediately. Also, don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section and also share this video. From the front part, we are going to go down by 0.75 like this. You can see what I'm doing there, and I'm going to connect it to our first dart leg like this, and then we'll go to the side seam of the waist and we'll go up by ½ an inch like this, and we'll do the same for the back, ½ inch as well, and we'll connect the second dart leg to the ½ inch we go up by, and we'll mark it with our marker like this. Okay, so that when we close our dart, is going to rhyme, okay, like that. So we are going to connect the back half to the first or the second dart leg like this. Okay, all right, so that is it, and then we'll connect our line like this. Okay, that's for the back. So our skirt is now ready. You can see everything is on point. So remember, this skirt is now without a band, so we need to create our band for our skirt. You can use it like that, or you can also create a band for it. So I'm going to create a band, but before that, let me do the cutout. Okay, this is me cutting it out. Guys, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, share this video to your loved ones and the people who are already in the fashion world looking forward to upgrade their skills. So this is our front and back of the skirt. Okay, so I'm going to indicate this is the front part and this is the back part. Okay, so now we are going to fold our darts. So let's put the back aside and deal with the front. Before we cut the waist side, we are going to fold our dart like this. I'm going to fold it one dart leg to the other. Okay, you can see what I'm doing there, and I'm going to cut it out like this. All right, so you can see me cutting it out. Guys, if you like this video, share this video, keep on sharing this video. Okay, so we will bring the back and do what we did on the front as well to the back. Okay, look at it, and I'm going to trim off the marking line like this. Okay, so this is for the back. You can see what the back has given us. This is the front and this is the back. All right, so now we are going to outtake our band. So for our band, I'm going to outtake 2 inches for my band. You can do 1.5, you can do 1 inch or more depending on your style. Okay, so in my own case, I'm going to use 2 inches like this. You can see me marking it for the back, and I'm going to close my dart like this before I connect my lines. All right, so I'll fold my line dart like this, and then I'm going to secure it with a tape so that it will enable me to connect my lines through like this. So I will tape halfway on the 2 inches, and I'll go down the second line like this, and then I'll tape, and I will do the same for the front as well. Okay, so after doing my securing of the dart, I'm going to show you this. So you can see that after folding our dart, the skirt has get a bulkiness at the before the hip line. Okay, so this is it. All right, so this is how it's going to be. You can see the difference between the two. The back has more bulkiness than the front because the front dart is longer than the back dart, so it has created a more room for the back than for the front. Okay, so by the time you apply it on your fabric, it's going to give you a very perfect contouring for your board. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is to connect my lines like this. Okay, make sure your curve is not that curvy on the side part. Make sure it's kind of straight so that it will be balanced for the waist. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to put it aside, and then I'm going to bring in the front part and mark my 2 inches all through like this. Okay, you can see me doing my markings beautifully using my hip curve to curve for my band like this. So this is what we have now. This is our front and this is our back. Now for the front part, when we are cutting it on our fabric, we are going to indicate our center front, which is our CF. And remember, whenever you see this sign on any pattern, that means that place is going to be on fold. And the SF I wrote there is for the side front, and the SB is for our side back, and the CB is going to be for our center back. Okay, so the upper side of that portion is going to be for our zipper, and I'm going to cut out my band like this, and I'm going to indicate it as my band. You can see what I have done there. So I'm going to indicate the front part of it, which is my center front, the same way I did for the bodice itself. And I'll do SF, which is for the side front. And I will do the same by cutting the band off the back part, and I'm going to indicate it as band as well, and indicate my side back like this. And then I'm going to do my center back as well. Okay, so now our skirt is ready. If you see this sign, it's for fold, and if you see the sign of a scissors like this, it means that place is going to be cut through, or is going to be scissored or cut out. So guys, this is our skirt and it's now ready. Okay, so if you know this formula, it's going to help you to achieve any form of skirt you want to use this pattern for. Okay, so first of all, you need to know the pattern first, and then everything come later. So now on the band side, if you are putting zip on the side, you are not going to close the band, but if you are not, you are going to join it together like this. Okay, and then afterwards you are going to trace it out so that is going to give you a very perfect blended band. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm taping the mid point or middle side like this, so that it will join perfectly like this. So guys, if you find our video interesting, make sure you hit on the like button and turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified. You can also click on the video showing on your screen right now for more educative content like this. Okay, but before I go, remember, upgrade is a must. Until we see again, have a blissful season. Bye.